Hey guys, it's Leesh, and welcome to another episode of Car Confessions. Guys, what's happening? What's going on? I'm leaving work, per usual. On my hair, God bless it. And I'm like getting myself ready. It's raining. Oh gosh, it's raining. Hopefully, it doesn't get too crazy. Excuse me. Just had a little insomnia cookie. I mean, I normally don't eat them. It was there. I got it, and we're done. So whatever. I just wanted the cookies. Had that, now I'm good, and I feel like I can go on. But anyway. Hopefully, you all are doing well. Like I said, I'm just now leaving work and heading home to, prepare for my other job of being a mom and wife and all those things. And it's so wild. Like, when I think about that, it's like, and listen, let me tell you something. I love my job. I always say this. I love my job. I can't imagine having a job any more taxing than what I have now. And I say that because coming home after being at work, especially if you have a really stressful job, something like that, and then having to do things like cook or like, be attentive with your family, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I didn't realize it until obviously I became an adult. Because, when you see your parents, when you're a child, um, coming home from work, exhausted, whatever, it was just like, what is your deal? Like, why are you like about ready to fall apart? Like, get it together. We have things to talk about. We have things to do. Now I get it. Now I get it. And yes, I mean, I've gotten this for a while, but it's just something that was just like, wow, like I cannot imagine honestly being in a situation right now where I would have to do more than what I'm doing now at my job and then coming home to do the cooking and cleaning and all those things that are also needed at my home. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Shout out to those who are doing it. Seriously, because it is intense. Let me tell you, beyond intense. Oh my gosh, this weather. So I'm like kind of like on the fritz with this weather. But the weather changes all the time. Like it's just whatever. That's how it is here in New York and other parts of I know the country as well, where you have this crazy weather. It's like up or down. You never know what you're gonna get, even though the forecast will say something completely different. But it's a little cold. Uh, According to my car, it's 55 degrees. It's May, guys. It's May 21st on top of that. It's like, come on, guys. Like, what is happening? But I know what's happening. It's just this happens every year, like where the weather is, like I said, all over the place. 55 degrees today. I'm a little nervous because, and not just to say nervous, but it's just like a bummer. I'm hoping that the weather will be a bit better on Sunday because I'm going to see Beyonce, guys. Listen, a few weeks ago went to see Kendrick Lamar, which was phenomenal. I think I talked to you about that. But yeah, I mean, it was unreal. But it rained and it was cold, and it was just like, please, God, no, please. I lost my voice. I told you about this, yeah. Uh, it was a whole thing, and I couldn't even record my traditional podcast recordings because I lost my voice, and I was like, okay, I cannot be in this predicament again. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit more prepared this time. Now I know what to expect in the event that it's that cold. Poncho, this, that, and the other, because it rained, like I said. So, so I get my poncho. I just gotta get ready. I can't be fooling around. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get all those things together so I won't be out here looking crazy like I was at the Kendrick Lamar concert because that was ridiculous being that cold and wet during a concert. But even still, like the concert was phenomenal, like straight up. But yeah, I am so excited for this concert, for the Beyonce concert. I love Beyonce, and like most people do. Let's be serious. But I just don't want to be in this. Like I said, I just don't want to be cold. I'm hoping that the weather. Hopefully, it warms up a bit. I saw that the high on Sunday is like 70 something. So fingers crossed, that's the truth, and it doesn't have a major dip in the temperature. and it's back in the 50s or something. I'm like, God, please, because MetLife, which is where they have the big concerts like that. Here we go again. Just total side note, guys. There are these cars here in New York. I think I know I've told y'all about these cars, but they have these cop lights. They look like a regular everyday car, but then like I don't know where they'll turn on their lights and just skedaddle out of here. And they're like cars that you normally don't even see cops have. Like that car, for instance, it was a Mitsubishi Outlander. What cop car? I've never seen it. And listen, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I don't know the ins and outs of law enforcement vehicles, so, whatever. But the point of it is, it's like a Mitsubishi Outlander? For real? Okay, whatever. But yeah, we're stuck in a little traffic here, and it's normally around this part of Manhattan where it gets a little tricky because they'll have like trucks that are double parked that are, providing services, delivering things to people. And so this street is so narrow. I'm on Riverside Drive. If you know New York or if you know Manhattan rather, you know Riverside Drive, you know how narrow these streets are because people also park on these streets. So it's a whole thing. Now we're moving. It's a little bit better. But anyway, we were stuck in traffic and I guess the person just could not wait and like turn on their, police lights in air quotes and skedaddled on out. Like I said, I don't know that these people are real law enforcement. So it's like, and maybe they are, right? But I'm like, where do you guys get these lights? You know what I'm saying? Like, say that you're not a policeman or law enforcement on any level. Where are you getting these lights? And then two, it's like, how bold are you to just have these lights and just be out here? You know what I'm saying? Turning them on, and some of them have like the sound, like the siren, everything, and I'm just like, yo, that's bold. That's on another level right there. But all I'm saying is just be safe, because that's to me, I would think a cop would pull you over and be like, dude, what are you doing? But hey, once again, like I said, they could actually be cops. And the decoy car is the Mitsubishi Outlander. I mean, that could be the new car. Who knows? Leash, you're learning. You're learning things all the time. So this could be my learning lesson. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, I'm really excited about this concert. And I'm also, you know, beyond me being excited about this concert, I'm reading Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother's book, her most recent book, or actually I think it's the only book she's written. I think, I could be wrong, but I think so, called Matriarch. It's phenomenal. I'm not done, obviously. It's like 50 plus chapters. I think I'm in like the 20s chapters wise. It is so good. It's so, so good. And obviously, I'm listening to it like Audible, listening to it that way. And it is, like I said, it's such an amazing book, you know, because, it's basically Miss Tina talking about her life. Obviously, she's at this point in the book, she's talking about her kids because at this point in her life, she has kids. So she talked a lot about them, about their upbringing, about their personalities, and how she tried to foster a strong support system for them and everything like that. And it's just like, wow, it's so beautiful to like experience memoirs in that way, because regardless of what people say about certain people, people's, conspiracy theories about people's lives and who they are and what they're dealing with, it's nice to hear from the person lived experience, Yeah. Like I love that. I love, even when I read Viola Davis's book, I was like, excuse me, friend, like I love you even more than I did before. Like I love Viola Davis, And that book just sealed the deal for me. Like that was it for me. I was like, okay, this woman is amazing. Her story, everything she's overcome, grown up in extreme poverty and abuse, and, just being able to um, reconcile that whole life in a way that some people would not be able to get over. You know what I'm saying? Like some people would still hold grudges and still be upset and angry at the people that raised them and, or, quote unquote, put them in that situation. But she used that part of her life to be who she is today. You know? I think that's so important. Even with Miss Tina as well. It's like her life growing up in Galveston, it's like, yo, because she also grew up at a time where, she grew up in the 60s. So like it was a very rough time for Black people. And just hearing her stories about herself, about her siblings, because her siblings were a lot older than her, a lot of them were. So, she grew up similar to me, like the youngest, where your siblings are a lot older than you, and your connections to them are like you don't get, or at least the way I see it with her and even myself, your connections as siblings, guys. Wait a minute, this is total side note. I kid you not. This is breaking news right here. Guys, remember the Mitsubishi Outlander I was telling you about? Why did it just hightail through just now? Now he's going on the opposite side of the road. Guys, this is not a cop. I don't know if you can hear that. Woo, woo, woo. That's him. Guys, the Mitsubishi. What are the odds? Mitsubishi Outlander. I see him back there. Now he's here. That was crazy. Anyway, back to my story. This is where my attention span is like here, there, and everywhere. I'm pretty sure if you've been listening to Car Confessions for a long time, you know how my brain works. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, but I always get back to the point. But yeah, anyway, that was crazy. That was hilarious to me. But anyway, yeah, like your relationships with your siblings, at least for me, and then what it seems like with Miss Tina as well. Like she had like decent family like structure, not structure, but a really strong family connection. I did too. Growing up, my family, we were pretty close, and I feel like my siblings and I are even closer now than obviously when I was a kid because I was a kid and they were like teenagers or adults. So it was just like, here's this 6, 7 year old kid, get somewhere and sit down, right? Or if they did take me somewhere, it's because my mom was like, "You're taking Alicia with you," and they were like, "Okay." And so Miss Tina had similar situations as well. Which, like, as I was reading that part of the book, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I totally relate." I was always, you know, if my siblings wanted to go out, they're like, "Oh," my mom like, "We'll take Alicia with you," and they'd be like, "Oh." So it's like that was really funny just to read that or hear that book. But anyway, like I said in the beginning, like it's just so amazing to hear people's stories. I love stories. Like I love people. If y'all can't tell, I love people. I love their stories. I love, where people come from, how they get to a certain point in their life, what makes them tick, what causes them to do X, Y, and Z. Because then it gives you a full scope of like why certain things happen the way they did. That's why I love communication too. Love the idea of talking things out, even though sometimes it's hard, especially when it's a hard conversation. But it's so good to have those moments, to really just talk things through and then get the understanding and not make everything an assumption. Which is why, back to my thing, I love reading people's stories and hearing where they come from and understanding that certain things in their life pushed them or made them gravitate towards a certain area or profession or whatever calling that looks like for them. Because when you see people on TV and or whatever, or you just see people in your everyday life, especially people you don't know their whole story, you're just kind of like you're just making assumptions in your head. You've created your own story about them. You wonder why people do certain things, right? And like I say, it's so cool to like experience that on a completely different level when they have opened themselves up to be vulnerable and tell their truth in a way that they only could tell it, you know? So it's great so far. I'm really enjoying it. Like the part that I'm at right now is where Beyonce and Solange are still like, they're still kids. And so, gosh, these roads. I didn't even see that pothole. Good grief. Anyway, yeah, they're still kids. And, just Miss Tina's just talking about that whole, the just, raising them and ensuring that they have all the things that they need that she can offer as best as she can. And thinking about, her upbringing and how her mom, even though she appreciates what her mom offered her as a mother, like with any person, it's like the tools that you're given in this life, right? Are the tools that you're given. And can you enhance on those tools? Can you increase your tool set? Obviously, but certain situations and certain people, um, their tool set is their tool set. And for her mother had a lot of fear. Miss Tina's mother had a lot of fear around her pursuing things that were beyond the comforts of them being in Galveston, Texas. Even though Galveston was not a safe place for Black people, at least her mom knew where she was. Like her leaving Galveston was major because her mom wanted her, obviously close where she felt like she could protect her. And a lot of things Miss Tina wanted to do, she didn't really pursue it to the degree that she felt that she could at, certain points in her life. But it's so funny how, like, and this is just in general, just in life, like how certain things, even though you feel like, oh, that's the path you thought you were going to go on, it then leads you, like this journey leads you in so many different ways, and you meet so many different people, and you get exposed to so many things that, you know, because Miss Tina also has so many talents. She's a hairdresser. She is a seamstress. She does makeup. She's a businesswoman, right? Now she's an author. She's a mother. She was a wife at one point. I don't know if she's with anyone now, but that's not even the point. Like she is such a well-rounded individual, and what I love about her and what I've always loved about what I knew about her before reading this book was how unapologetically Black she is. Like, it is so beautiful to experience that and see that, because that reminds me a lot of my mom. My mom was very unapologetically Black. Like, she didn't care. She would let you know. Like, she preferred to have, Black healthcare providers. She preferred to support Black businesses. She would always remind us about the neighborhood that we grew up in. When I was younger, it was started dying out. But where I grew up, we had a lot of Black businesses, Black grocery store, the Mr. Andy shoe repair place. Like, there were Black schools at one point. Obviously, you know, integration changed all that. But like, I grew up in that area, um, kind of on the subsets of what they used to call Baptist town. But I grew up around all that, and it's just like, wow, like it's amazing to see people that you grew up through other people, right? And hear their experiences, and see that there's so many similarities in this life. So it's just such a beautiful book. And like I said, it brought up so many memories, and so many things as it relates to just my life as a Black person, and just being proud of being a Black person. It's just because this country can really, this world, let's be clear, can really make you feel as a Black person that you're not worthy, that you're not welcome, that you're less than. And then you realize how worthy you are and how needed you are, no matter what people will say in society. It's like it's not going to deter you from being who you are. And I appreciate people like Miss Tina and like my mother, even my grandmother, who were just that. They lived in their truth. They, were proud of who they were as people, and they didn't allow, for the most part, move a bit. They didn't allow societal norms to dampen who they were in this life. And I was blessed in that way. Really blessed to have strong Black women in my life like that would truly just give me the tools and the ability to just be myself. It's priceless to have that type of upbringing. And it's wild when I think about it. I didn't even know that that's how blessed I was to have that, and how blessed I was to have a mom. Almost, it's about to take me out here, guys. But how blessed I was to have a mom that supported me, like, in not everything, let's be serious, but like in the ways of just allowing me to explore music in a way that some people would say would take away from just being a Black person, right? Because at one point we always thought that there was Black music, there was white music, right? And then there was, whatever else in between. I'm from Indiana, so it was just white and Black people, basically. And if we did have somebody of another ethnicity, it was because their parents owned like some type of like business in the area. They were an exchange student, foreign exchange student. But anyway, my mom not only instilled Black pride in me, she also allowed me to explore other things in this life that I figure out this parking situation here. There's a lot going on here. Anyway, she allowed me to just explore me being an individual. And that to me, beyond just having the sense of black pride, you just can't put a price on that. You know what I'm saying? Such a beautiful, beautiful thing to have people in your life. Like I said, my mother being the main driving force for that. But just being that person that really supported me in ways that I would have never been able to be supported. I'm trying to back up here. Hold on, guys. I'm parking. You can go. Are you going in? Go. I'm trying to park here. Go, guys. Here's the thing about people in New York and park and driving. They can't. Like at all. Like it's beyond me how bad people are with driving here. It's weird. Like this guy's blowing at me. I'm like, dude, like you can drive. I don't know what to tell you. It's weird. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, just it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing to have had that in my life. And nothing's perfect, right? Like because we're all human and we all have, moments where we falter and where we can cause harm in ways that sometimes we don't even mean to. But we're all doing the best we can. But yeah, really blessed to have had that in my life. And it's been so wonderful reading this book so far and just seeing so many similarities and parallels as it relates to not just my life, but also, the Knowles and their lives and just Miss Tina's upbringing. It's just like the story she talks about. It's just like, wow, it just brings up so many memories of, like I said, my grandmother, my mother, my aunts. It's like, wow. It's a really special book. So if you get a chance, definitely read that book, Matriarch, and send good vibes to me that we will be able to have a nice time at the concert weather-wise. It's going to be amazing regardless, but that the weather holds up and we can enjoy ourselves. Fingers crossed. All right, guys. Well, I'm home. I'm happy about that. I'm gonna go upstairs and get life together here and do what I do. Yeah, guys, let's just keep on keeping on. Yeah, excited for the fun and joy of this coming weekend. And yeah, like I always say, let's just keep on keeping on. And I'll see y'all next week. All right, bye.